Welcome back, guys. So I've been doing a bunch of work around this area, try to get everything ready for what we need to be doing, which is going to be finishing up our assembler parts and kind of everything that's involved with that. So what I've been doing is I've been building this whole thing, which is kind of a lot. It's still not finished, but you can kind of see what I got going on here. I pretty much have a couple different resource nodes and everything going up to the top of this, and there's constructors and smelters and everything in all these levels up here. And what we're pulling out of here is the wire, the rotors, and the concrete. That's going to be kind of used for stuff over here. This is going to be everything that we need to make our assembler parts mixed in with this steel stuff. So this will be our stators right here. It's going to be the wire, and then once we mix the stators with the rotors, we make motors, and then we need the concrete plus the steel beams to make the encased industrial beams, which is kind of everything that we need to automate the rest of phase 2. And at that point, we're going to be ready to kind of move on and build our project parts. So what we're going to be doing in this video is kind of trying to finish all this stuff up and see what we need to do exactly to finish phase 2. And hopefully here with the next 2 episodes here, we can be kind of moving on to the more fun stuff. So we're going to take some time to kind of go through and update you on some of the stuff that I've done with this. So as you can see, this is kind of the backside of what we were just looking at with this little elevator here. This is all of our stuff coming down. This ramp is eventually going to be kind of taken away, and we're going to use a hybrid tube to get up here, but that's a little bit further once we kind of unlock more of the assembler stuff. As we approach up here, we have 2 iron nodes down here, right there. So those are normal, doing 240 together. That comes up here, goes through 8 of these smelters, and kind of runs off towards the end over there. We have the same thing on the other side with copper. We have right here, this is our limestone node, which is on the front of this. It's kind of going up to the top layer. Our copper is coming through here. It's just a pure node down there, which has been really, really useful. Or actually, I believe it's normal, and I overclocked it. But that comes up all the way here, and I just did that to match with what I have to make it even in here. We have these ladders here in the corner, so we climb up this way. We have our copper sheets, which is going to be used for our rotors right here. And we have our wire on this side. And all this stuff is backed up because currently I don't have overflow up here. This is something I'm definitely going to need to work on. From here, the copper wire goes down to this main tunnel right here, which is our item elevator for kind of everything that we have. So this goes down, which is goes straight to that line over here. Our copper sheets get merged across and kind of go up to the next layer. So we take the ladder again. And some of this still needs some work. It's not 100% done. I still need to add like railings and stuff here and there. Our limestone is still going up to the top. This is all screws. So we have, I think, 24 of these in here just to make screws, which is more than we need, but we have a bunch of screws up here for some reason. So this is all screws, that's all screws over there, and it's kind of brought up through this main tunnel here, and then it's all split off and kind of goes to where it needs to be. Then we have our screws coming to the back side of this, mixing with those copper sheets, using an alternative recipe here to make copper rotors very, very quickly. We underclock this down to just 10 just so I can get a nice even number here. So we have 60 copper sheets, and we're using 60 per minute of 23 of these, which is giving us a total of 30 rotors per minute, which is way more than we can possibly use out of this system right now. But it's a lot of rotors, and rotors are going to be something that we're going to need in the future. So it's not that big of a deal. Over here, we have our last layer, and this is just kind of built on the top. I didn't want to add a 4th layer. I just wanted to kind of get this stuff done up here, and you can't really even see that it's up here. And like I said, I still have some work to do. Still finishing off some things. Obviously that needs to be worked out a little bit. I need to make sure the roof's all the same and just kind of do some stuff over there. But you can kind of see the general idea that we're going for. Right now I'm putting in the assemblers. We're going to have 2 of these for stators. 1 of these is going to be for motors. And then the last one's going to be the encased steel beams. So everything that we have going on there is what we're going to be doing next. So let's head over there and kind of figure out what we need to do. So we have made our way over here to these assemblers, and we're starting to kind of hook this up. So this last line right here is our encased industrial beams, which are going to be kind of really easy. It's just a 1-for-1 hole, no splitting involved. This is our motors, which is obviously going to require the rotors. So this will be this way. Then the other side is going to be the stators, which is just the kind of merge line off of this. It should be a perfect number at 10. And then the only thing that we really have to split is the stuff for the stators, because we have 2 of those. So this is going to be the wire, which is going to be 80 per minute, and then we're going to have the steel pipes are going to come in from over there as well. So we're going to keep working on this, try to get all this set up, and I'll give you an update here in just a second. It should not take me too long. All right, so we did have to run back to our hub real quick to kind of get some more resources to finish off what we're doing over there. And while I'm over here, we're going to go through and send off all this stuff. So we're going to do the vehicle transport, which we haven't done yet, and I'm probably not going to do a video on until we get some more buildings set up when vehicle infrastructure is really, really important. This expanded power structure, all this stuff, the hypertubes, we're going to unlock all this today, just kind of be setting this off throughout the video. So we're going to go ahead and do this. I just want to tell you guys what I'm doing. Usually I sit here and try to show everything, but I just feel like that takes a bunch of time, and we're going to keep moving forward and try to get this series going a little bit further than what we've been doing as of late. So we're going to get back to work, and I'll give you guys an update here in a second once we finish all this stuff over here. Alright, so we did get all these lines hooked up, and they're kind of running into here, which I'm going to cover this up a little bit with some reinforced walls and stuff like that. This is all pretty much good down here. I did have to reorganize this because I put it off center a little bit. I got everything fixed, and now the only thing that this needs is power and the steel production from here. So we're going to actually go down here into our maintenance room down here and try to figure out how we're going to get this down this slope here through clipping it, and what I'm going to do exactly. So let me look into that, and I will be right back with an update. Okay, so I did end up clipping everything literally right through this, and I kind of show you what that looks like. Like if I were to delete this, you'll be able to see that the belt is running right through there, just through the middle of it. But you're never going to see that, so it's going to be perfectly fine. And if I wouldn't show you that, then you would have never known anyway. And you'd be like, man, this is really organized. Because I'm cheating. But it's fine. Anyway, so I fell in a hole. Let me get back up there. This little kind of patch of grass here, we're leaving because I wanted to kind of add some little bit natural aspect to this, opposed to kind of the brutalism concrete stuff we have going on in this area. Like this is all concrete, and this entire building's concrete, and everything I'm going to do down here is going to be concrete. It's literally concrete. Anyway, so you just want to add a little bit of nature into it. I am going to kind of rework these wires and organize it a little bit better here in a little while, but as of right now, this is decent, and we're going to kind of leave this how it is. We're going to do the same thing over here, though, just by blocking this in and cover up all this stuff down here, just so it's there to do what its purpose is, but we're also don't have to look at it. We can kind of see this nice factory that we built. I'm going to go back in here, set up the rest of the steel lines for what I need to kind of run through here with some overflow stuff to storage, and then after that, we should be ready to turn these assemblers on and start getting our assembler parts. So just for the sake of that, I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this in here. So all I did, and it's not pretty. It's not perfect with the way that this is working out, but it's just going to be just fine. So this is set up as an overflow line. So we now have overflow going here, which is off to our storage room over here. And then we have our priority set to go this way. So we're producing more than this, so eventually this is going to back up, which isn't a problem. Once it does back up, anything that's left over is going to be forced this way into storage. When storage is full, that goes off to our actual overflow. So in terms of our last video, with it being fully 100% efficient, this is the best way to do this. We did the same thing over here. We just have to kind of hook this one up. We'll set the middle line to overflow, and we're going to make the right the beams, just like that. And then all this stuff should actually run off to where it needs to be and kind of fill up this next area as well. This should be all good. We just have to go down there and set the power and kind of organize those lines a little bit better than I was talking about. And then after that, all this stuff should be taken care of. Okay, so we officially have all the steel parts down here and everything should be running. Now we just need to go see what our problems are and kind of make sure that everything's going to be all right. So right now, this is not going because this isn't getting stators because that's not hooked up. So let's hook this up real quick. Looks like we skipped this entire side over here, which this should pretty much fix everything. So now our stators should come out of here, and they should go into this over here in just a second. And then this stuff should actually be coming out here really soon here. So we're going to watch this for a minute, make sure everything's okay. And, yep, as long as that's all good, we should be able to move on. I just built this entire thing, and then I climbed up here, and it's not symmetrical. This isn't symmetrical. This isn't symmetrical. This isn't symmetrical. Okay, well, I'm going to redo this at another time because this is insane. And I'm not going to redo this right now because I just spent the last like 30 minutes doing this, and I need to get this video out. So we're going to fix this a little bit later. It will be symmetrical by the end of this, for sure. This looks cool up here, though. I came up here to get a look at it, kind of everything running, seeing the transfer line that I still need to kind of finish with a little cap. I need to get rid of this ramp here and kind of make this look like an actual structure. And then obviously I need to fix this stuff here, but that's going to be something I do at a little bit of a later date. Everything is running, and we are starting to receive our actual motors and everything. So that's really, really important that we finally have all that automated. Now we can kind of take some of that stuff and head back over there, and we can finish off setting off the little ship stuff. All right, so we are back at the hub. We're going to go ahead and set off another one of these real quick. I do have to get some copper sheets, but it's not a big deal. We're going to spend the rest of this video pretty much talking about kind of what's next for the series and kind of where we're going to be heading, and just the channel as a whole. There is a lot of plans that we have for kind of what we want to do, but it's just a matter of kind of making sure that we can get everything working correctly. And the main thing is finishing off what's left to do here. So finishing the assembly parts was a massive part that's kind of overlooked really, really easily, and it can kind of be an issue because you get into the next stage and motors are really, really prevalent, and if you don't have those automated, you kind of run into some issues, as well as the encased industrial beams are really, really important for stage 3 as well. So there's a lot of stuff in there that's going to really, really matter, as opposed to kind of what we're going to be doing in the future here. Truck travel is going to be huge for sure, for the logistics of it, but I feel like right now with what we have set up, that's not as important. That's why that's going to kind of being put on the back burner. The hyper tubes would be really, really important, but I don't really want to do them quite yet, just with the support of everything. I may use them here and there to just kind of get some things set up and kind of take it away, like the ramp for our tower over there. It's going to be really, really important to get rid of. As opposed to the expanded infrastructure stuff, batteries are expensive, and I don't really think I can make them right now. Definitely in the future, though, I will be kind of moving on and handling that stuff as well. Away from that, that's pretty much all of stage 2 and getting that complete. And we really just need to make sure that we're set up for phase 4, which is going to be, phase 3, which is going to be the trains and the plastics and everything. Currently, I'm working on another world with a friend, and we've just got into phase 3, and we are having a bunch of power issues. So power is going to be really, really important for the near future for kind of finishing all that stuff as well. So there's a lot of little projects here and there of just kind of finishing stuff up. I'm going to spend a lot more time in kind of the background trying to get this world set up to kind of take on the next steps and kind of not walking you through every single minute of it. All that being said, guys, those are our plans for the future and kind of what we're going to be doing. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know it's a little bit shorter, but I kind of ran out of time. I had some audio issues earlier on this morning, and I only have about 30 minutes to edit this and get this out. So I need to get this video finished and kind of move on from it. If you hit the like goal of 15 likes, I will kind of rush out another video, and that will be a full-length video, I promise. It's not going to be another tip video or anything like that. Either way, guys, I hope you enjoyed the rest of your week, and have a good weekend.